Thanks again, Claire and Erica. Our special guest speaker this evening is a familiar face for the class of 2011. Mr. Jeff Randolph is an English teacher at the high school, instructing humanities, film as lit, and English 12. He works with many seniors, and I'm honored to be one of them.
Allow me to start by saying what an honor it is to speak with you this evening. I have great affection for your class, and knowing that you would still like to hear what I have to say not only surprises me, but it humbles me and validates my affection. When your ASB leadership asked that I speak this evening, I, in turn, asked them, well, what am I supposed to say? And they essentially told me that I was to provide you with a message and speak a little of my faith. Giving advice comes easy for me. Speaking about my faith, or even defining it, that's much harder. But after some careful reflection, I realized that nothing could be a more appropriate affirmation of my faith than being with you here this evening. So without further ado, I shall begin my address. Did I ever tell you that I hate you? I hate you because tomorrow you get to graduate, and I do not. You have the rest of your lives ahead of you. You have college, your first job, epic parties, new friends, your 20s. For you, life remains a secret. You could expect something from life, and though I hate you for it, you've earned the right to. Each of you brimming with optimism and potential as you chart life's adventure. You are allowed to delight in the daydreams of what may come to be, and relish in the possibility that there is still time for those dreams to come true. My emptied husks of dreams bear little resemblance to their seed. Those of you headed off to college, please remember that I hate you as you go. You get to experience the freedom and possibility of actual life with few of its responsibilities. And if I cry when you leave tomorrow, you may think it's because I'm going to miss you. But really, I'm just upset that it is you and not me who is going to. Everyone around you in college is so smart and attractive and intellectually curious, and the classes and activities and lectures and that weird kid down the hall, they will expand your universe. Me, I'll be listening to students recite Hamlet soliloquies next year. Just look at you. You're all so brilliant. I despise your intellect. You're so much smarter than you know, smarter than you're given credit. You know more about the world you are to inherit than we do. And if we fail to tell you this, it's because we're afraid you might stop listening to what it is we have to say. I remember a time not so long ago when there were corded phones and typewriters and tattered atlases in the back seat of cars, when mixtapes were on tapes. You did not grow up with these things. You have not had to fill your mind with time-consuming nonsense and obsolete procedure of an antique land. So as your teacher, when I ask you not to use Wikipedia or SparkNotes or Facebook to do your homework, it's not because those websites are misleading. I made that up. They're great. I forbid those resources because I'm jealous. It's too easy. It's not fair. When I was at the University of Florida, I had to walk to the library through snow. entire books and view documents off microfiche through optical scanners, which, if you think about it, sounds futuristic, but it isn't. You cannot imagine how laborious and tedious it was to conduct research just 15 years ago, and now it's so easy. You just Google it, even if you can't spell. And I hate you for this. But if your teachers express concern over how easily you embrace technological change and so readily accept that which it offers, grant us our suspicion. We're not accustomed to education being easy, and we're still pretty sure that learning takes time. So even with all this information literally at your fingertips and in your pocket, just know that's only where learning begins. We put up what seem to be arbitrary obstacles or ask questions that lack simple, single answers because we want to make sure you know how to find solutions without Google, and that you don't give up when there isn't an app for that. We wish for you to have the perseverance that is earned with intellectual pursuit, and we're trying to guide you through a world we do not yet see. For we are the ones who helped to create the world you now inherit. And whether it be technological or medical or agricultural advancement, those things you now enjoy were the product of the generation before you and the generation before us. These advancements resulted from imagination and hard work and people thinking together and answering difficult questions and finding solutions to problems that the generation before them had not ever anticipated. Forgive us if we wish for you to emulate them. Do as they did and read a book, a whole book, even if it's on the Kindle. Don't reach for summaries or shortcuts. Find it for yourself. It's the thinking that matters. And if we remind you to stop texting at the dinner table or during class, it's not so much that we wish for you to listen to what it is we have to say. It's that we wish to connect with you. With Facebook friends in the hundreds, monthly text message counts in the thousands, you may think that you connect, but I DK about that. Only connect. That is the whole of my sermon. Only connect the prose and the passion, and both will be exalted, and human love will be seen at its height. Live in fragments no longer. Only connect, and the beast and the monk, robbed of the isolation that is life to either, will die. These are the words of early 20th century writer Ian Forster, and I cannot imagine these words being more relevant in his day. Complete your thoughts and see the connections in the physical world around you. And most importantly, don't allow the digital one to fragment your lives. Use it to connect, and only connect. Be more human, not isolated. Oh, and I hate you because you're also really good looking. And I'm not saying that in a creepy, that teacher ought to be fired sort of way. I'm envious of your youth and cognizant of your self-consciousness. We didn't know how good-looking we were once. And we only saw ourselves as too fat or too short or too pale. And when we look at pictures of ourselves, we see that we were wrong. Savor youth and beauty and take care of yourselves. I hate that you get to have all these expectations for your life, even though you should. You amaze your parents, coaches, religious mentors, and teachers. And we want you to be better than us because you have to be. You see, things are only getting progressively more complex and confusing, and we need you to rise up and meet the challenges. You must be able to wade through the complexity and confusion because there's no way we can do it alone. In this country, we have saddled you with debt and left you with pollution and a host of problems, and you have to help solve them. And if you've heard this before, so much that it has become a cliche, know that it's intentional. We, your parents, grandparents, teachers, coaches, and religious mentors, we collectively thank God that you're all so smart and well-equipped and good with technology and healthy and morally upright, because we must rely on you to carry on. So asked about my faith? Watching how you have grown this year, witnessing your faith tonight, I now understand it. I believe in that which I can see before me now, the promise of this class, of the generation you represent. I don't hate to say it. My faith is in you. That is why I teach, and why I'm so proud to have been your teacher. Class of 2011, please keep in touch, preferably by email. Congratulations to you all.